I rise to support the passing of this bill, but I want to associate myself with the sentiments made by Senator Onyonka and Senator Sifuna in terms of how Parliament is taking its responsibilities on this matter. And Mr. Speaker, I wish to call upon our Committee on Finance to actually help us to play our role in terms of Article 1 and Article 96 on protecting of devolution by enabling us to actually report in an accountable manner so that we are able to clearly indicate to the citizens of Kenya why we must have a back and forth between the two houses. Mr. Speaker, I feel as Parliament, we actually have failed Kenyans when it comes to matters relating to additional allocation funds. Mr. Speaker, additional allocation funds are funds that are deployed towards the government of the day's projects largely. These are funds that are negotiated with development partners to deliver on certain development projects that have been prior discussed with development partners to take place in counties on county functions. So why we would take so much time, having agreed with development partners, bulk of these funds being loans on which we are going to pay interest, why Parliament would choose this to be the arena for showing off their egos between the two levels is not acceptable. And even as I say so, I served in the mediation committee on this bill, and the level of arrogance shown in terms of trying to discuss this issue, particularly by then chair of the mediation, chair of budget in National Assembly, then Ndindi Nyoro, now speaking as if he's a saint. The role he played in delaying the passing of this bill is not acceptable. Once you've negotiated that the World Bank is going to give us a loan, this other development partner is going to give us a loan to deliver on X, why must we wait for the egos of parliamentarians before we deploy that loan? I don't understand why we do that. And I would have liked this committee to report to the Kenyans in terms of the amount of time lost in implementing the projects that were intended to be implemented by the additional allocation funds, to report to the Kenyans how much we have lost in terms of the interest we are going to pay on loans because of the delays caused by Parliament. I think it is time that the Finance Committee tell Kenyans that as a result of this delay, Kenyans are going to lose so many millions as a result of this. I would have liked to see the report of the Finance Committee in terms of the impact of not beginning these projects on time. I would have liked to know from this committee whether in fact some of those projects will be begun given the time of the delay with this issue. Honorable Speaker, the KIPES is about national government project. It is the Kenya Kwanza which came up with the idea of giving 250 million to be matched by county governments in order to start the economic zones. Why do we have a reduction on this money? We would want the government to go back to the people and say, the idea we had around establishing the economic zones cannot be fully implemented because of this. So we are reducing it as a result of this. Are we going to continue telling Kenyans that this project is going on when in actual fact we have removed the money that will actually deliver on this issue? We need the committee to actually be speaking to these issues so that those who who tell the people on the podium that we are going to deliver X, but come in Parliament and claw back on those amounts should be able to be called out to the public so that the public knows the promise that was made here is unlikely to happen, because there is a pull and push between members of Parliament who think this should happen in this manner. Honorable Speaker, RMLF is actually before the courts, so I understand the fact that it has been held. But why the hell reduce the 5 million on the building of headquarters? I would want to understand. I would want some explanation, those of you in that committee. We are calling it only 5 million, but I would want to know, and I'm quoting
Senator Mumma,
the mover of this.
do you want to be informed by Senator Eddy?
I refuse to be informed, because I'm just quoting the mover of the bill, who actually tried to persuade us to say it is only 5 million that has been reduced, therefore we should just pass this. I am supporting the passing, but I want to understand, why is the 5 million an only? By the way, in 2013, it is the national government that itself offered to build headquarters in the counties that are concerned. Why has it taken 13 years for the national government to deliver on its promise to build headquarters for the counties? What? It is just part of the tactics of the national government to claw back and to frustrate devolution. Our job is to defend devolution. And I would want to ask the committee, please don't reduce us to the rubber stamp of the National Assembly. We need to tell Kenyans the cost analysis and what it costs and the impact that this nonsense is causing to this country.
What's your point of order, Senator Eddy?
My point of order, Mr. Speaker, is just on 101, in terms of just imputing improper motive. I think that this committee, and I want to wish my colleagues the courage, like Senator Mumma is a very good legislator, Senator Sifuna, who is also here, is a very good legislator. As a committee, when we receive these issues from the National Assembly, we do not participate in appropriation, Mr. Speaker. We actually receive this report, assess them as they are. We cannot do appropriation. So if you impute improper motive in the entire committee, that it's like we're doing appropriation, is wrong. For instance, the question that has been asked here severally, Mr. Speaker, on why was the 5 million reduced? In the appropriation committee of the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker, because they wanted to be informed, but they don't want us also to tell them. What is happening is that Public Works, Mr. Speaker, has got a responsibility constitutionally to be able to supervise what these headquarters are doing. In the appropriation bill that was brought, Mr. Speaker, I wish they read them, together with Senator Sifuna, that 5 million was put as administrative cost in looking at that particular implementation. Yes, that's where the 5 million went to. It was not taken out by us.
Senator Eddy,
we don't, just a minute, just a minute.
You've made your point, I'll give direction. Take your seat.
Just a minute, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddy, take your seat.
I just want to urge Senator Mumma and all our...
Senator Eddy, take your seat. That point is already made. Senator Mumma, I direct that you confine yourself to contents that does not necessarily impute any improper motive on the part of the members of this committee.
Senator, thank you, Speaker. I'm well guided. And I would want to repeat that I never imputed an improper motive on the committee. I have asked the committee.
You did when you said that the kind of nonsense they give you is to rubber stamp.
The kind of nonsense Parliament.
Refrain from going that
Please get me. Please get me. It was not the kind of nonsense of the committee. It was the kind of nonsense Parliament is subjecting this country to. And we are all parliamentarians, and I would want to...
Order, Senator Tabita. Order, Senator Mudama. Order, Senator Mudama.
Chair, I withdraw to the extent, but the people of Kenya must know that we are playing around with their money, abusing our offices as members of Parliament to actually undermine the very job that we are given to do. My point to the committee is that let us be more accountable in terms of information. Give us, now that you knew, because it's administration, I guess administration is not important in the headquarters. So why was it there in the first place? Why was it there in the first place if it is not important? So you should have told us in your report, because it is only administration and it's not important, it is okay to have reduced the money with that amount. Now, my point, and I want us to get my point, and I would want the committee to take me seriously. In future, can we tell the Kenyans how much we have costed them by these shenanigans? Yes, I want Kenyans to know how many. I would want you to tell us how much time we have wasted, because it must be National Assembly or Senate that wins in this game. So as I finalize and support, I want to support Senator Onyonka by saying we must find a formula that will ensure additional allocation funds are not subjected to a process that actually delays it unduly, because those are funds that are ring-fenced. They are funds that should not be causing arguments, but we have subjected them to so much argument. And it is important that Kenyans understand this, that Parliament can do better than use public money in the manner in which we are using it. We don't have enough youth employed. We have our lecturers on the streets. We are not paying teachers. Our hospitals could do with more money. We cannot afford to take loans and waste them in the manner in which we are wasting them. I submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Mumma. Now, honorable senators, I will call upon the mover, Senator Tabitha, to reply. Senator Tabitha.
Yes, sir.
Senator Olekina is requesting that you donate 2 minutes of your time, because I've already called you. You're out of order, Senator Sotsi. You are out of order. Senator Tabitha, if you are willing, fine. If you are not, proceed to reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the humble request. I will allow the 2 minutes to my big brother, Senator Olekina, and then I'll proceed. Thank you.